spot. He will, of course, lose all these units, though. There, of course, has been no counterattacking or anything. There is a forward pylon, so he's got to be very careful about that. And the Dark Shrine is now up, so where are the DTs? Only now is a turret getting thrown up, man. He does have the energy saved for some mules, though. Look at this, going to go ahead and clean up that pylon. Very, very nice play. But he doesn't know about this base, though. And if his opponent just, puts in a little bit of time triple producing some probes, he is going to get his economy right back to it. But for now, he might want to take some guys off gas here because that's what he needs to do. He just needs more probes. He needs everything. And, like, is one of these blue? I don't know, man. I swear this one is blue. I feel like his original units were blue because Blizzard messed up the replay thing somehow. I don't know. I'm just talking. I'm just saying things, guys. No combat shield quite yet, which is a little bit iffy. And, he still hasn't teched up to a factory. You got to get Medivacs out at some point. Obviously, he's been kind of crippled here, and he saw the DT shrine, so he's like, I just want to go for it. And he certainly did a lot of damage here, but he's got to be careful. He's got to keep going with those upgrades. I do believe he doesn't even have +1, so that's a little bit scary. And of course, not knowing about this third base is also a little bit scary. That being said, though, he's done so much damage. But look at that, 31 probes now. We do have a third command center on the way here. So it looks like both these guys are just going to be macroing up for now. We'll see if anyone wants to kind of start poking, doing any scouting. Keeping tabs on this third base is so important. If a PF just gets up here out of nowhere, you can end up in a lot of trouble. Meanwhile, we do have a Templar Archives getting warped in here, so it looks like he wants to head towards Templar. And I'm kind of shocked, did he even make a DT? Actually, there's the DT. Finally, a DT getting warped in here. And without combat shield, you should be able to kill a lot of Marines. And, obviously, force-sided scanning. Oh, man, is he going to get 2 for 1? This DT are running away, and that's nice control there. But unfortunately, just losing the 1 DT, not the best trade. Either way, though, we do have +1 armor just about done. That's going to help out a fair amount. I kind of would have loved to have seen just +1 shields or something. That works really well with, a Blink Stalker heavy composition. But obviously, he's gearing up to transition. Wants to head towards Templar. He does, of course, have charge done. So a lot of Zealots going to be in his mix, and that is just, Zealots, armor upgrades, they go together like salt and pepper. Even though, to be honest, I'm kind of more of a salt guy. I don't like too much pepper, but I know there's a lot of people out there who do. Still no +1 though, and that has me worrying here a little bit. He's got to be careful. Nothing is worse than just letting a Protoss go to town on the upgrades and falling way behind. Meanwhile, the Stalker continuing to poke around, should be able to scout this base though, but will he really be able to do anything about it? I do not think so, with a good amount of bio there and the Planetary Fortress. This position is pretty impenetrable. He's kind of going to have to sit back and macro up. Still very, very low on units here, but what he does have is a lot of very gas-intensive units, so that's obviously going to help him out quite a bit. Probes still getting pumped out, SCVs as well too. So these guys just focusing on the economy. These DTs maybe, like this one, obviously in a great spot, but these ones maybe could be a little bit more far forward here. But it looks like his opponent is still a little bit scared, just putting up bunkers, playing very passively. Does now have combat shield, so obviously that's good, man. If you don't have combat shield by like the 20-minute mark in this matchup, you are doing it wrong. Not gonna lie, but either way, he seems to be stabilizing, and just now he is getting that +1 infantry weapons, which is always so good, so good. And it's interesting, still like not a single Zealot is out, and you'd think he would have more, but it looks like actually he's going to be spending his minerals now on just more gateways, and I guess that makes sense. He's only on 4 right now. He's, of course, on 3 base, so really want to get those up, and then you can just go into powering mode. So solid stuff. Ooh, very interesting here. He obviously got the reactor starport for Medivacs. That's smart, but Tech Lab on the factory, this is unique. We really don't see too many tanks getting added into this matchup. Recently, it's actually been getting more popular. Players like Alive and Gumiho, some of the very best Terran players in the world, been doing that a lot, but usually it's kind of more in the opening. So we'll see what he wants to do. Maybe he just wants to get more Marauders. Maybe I'll swap this on or something. I don't know. Just gotta wait and see. And meanwhile, just a little bit of a supply cap here, but some pawns gonna be finishing off now. That's gonna frame up. But Terran's still up a good amount of supply. He is down SCVs though. But down 6 SCVs, you're looking pretty good. Looks like a double drop here, getting ready to go. No pylons actually on this side of the map to spot this, so this could do some trouble, but there is a pylon here as well as actually some Templars. So if he's on the ball with feedback, man, he should be able to really diminish the effectiveness of this attack. But these Medivacs don't have too much energy, so he won't be able to one-shot them or anything, but just taking out that energy helps a ton, and it's just going to be all about that response time. Meanwhile, some Ghosts gonna get churned out here. No Mobius reactor upgrade, unfortunately. But that's okay. And another command center going down. And will he react immediately? And it looks like he's just going to go ahead and be sad about that. And, oh man, he doesn't even get the feedback, but he does get a pretty money storm down. That actually is going to kill a ton of units here. And looks like his opponent, man, going to take the opportunity to move out too. And this is exactly how you want to play Terra. Look at this beautiful play, focusing down that forge, knowing the upgrades is where his opponent has the advantage. A ton of Zealots coming out here. And looks like now the fourth has been canceled, so he's going to keep on pushing in here. But, oh man, look at those huge storms going down. And EMP's kind of wasted on a Templar getting stormed there. Looks like that Archon will get taken out, but these Buyer units really so injured, and you know, if he just macroed up hard, churned out a ton of Zealots, he may be able to do a pretty disgusting counterattack. It's really unfortunate for him, though, that he did lose that +2 armor upgrade. That really makes difference, but he's got so many gateways now that he really needs to get a 4th base up, or he really needs to get aggressive, because this planetary and this base over here, man, that's going to give Terran a pretty sick economy. But more importantly, I would say, is actually the double engineering bay. If he keeps going with those upgrades as he should be, then he is going to really start pulling pretty dang far ahead. And that is a lot of Archons. But how many ghosts we got? Nah, only 3 ghosts. So it's going to be hard to really EMP these, especially when you're going to want to save a lot of EMPs for these Templars. But the army just doesn't look all that big, I got to say. Couple of units actually were at the Zelnaga Watchtower. Those Templar, man, they got some energy. Has this base been spotted? No, it has not. So we'll see. Is he going to poke up there? Meanwhile, the Buyer army moving in. He does actually go ahead and get some tanks here. Doesn't actually get siege mode, though. Obviously, oh my god, SCV massacre going down right here. That was a ton of SCVs for free. That is, of course, going to alert him to the presence here, but how does he want to deal with this? Meanwhile, coming over here, Planetary is up, and this is where you got to be careful. You don't want to get flanked, leaving a lot of units behind. You know, leaving some Templar behind to store incoming units might be smart, but does he actually have enough here to take out that Planetary? This one Archon, there he goes, starts attacking, but so many Zealots getting taken out there. Meanwhile, it looks like an SCV charging in here. And he's going to need to get some good storms off, and oh, he does get some good storms off, that's for sure. We'll see. If the Archons, man, if they can just do their thing, he is going to be able to eat this army for dinner. But some nice EMPs do go down, another one going down there, but still the Archons with quite a lot of energy. If he could just macro up a little bit better, is he using his warp gates? Yeah, just get some more Zealots out. Zealots, those are what you need, man. They're pretty good. Could definitely afford to remake some forges at this point, too. Really needs to get on it with the forges. He does have all these Nexus ready to go, so he certainly can macro up pretty hard here, but he's got to be careful. His opponent's now getting 2-2, and if you've only got +1 armor against 2-2 Bio, you are going to be in a ton of trouble. Looks like he may have read my mind here. He is, where are those forges at? I don't know where they're at. They must be over here. Yeah, he is just setting up a new base, more or less, here. A new main, if you will, building the forges and a ton of gateways right there. And now continuing to charge across the map here, but the Bio completely out of position, and oh, look at these storms going down, man. Those are some pretty devastating storms. Unfortunately, he could have probably got some more, but look at this, charging in with the DT as well, just being so annoying. Looks like this Planetary was a little bit too scary to attack into, but he's going to go ahead and keep charging up towards this third base. Looks like we'll see a bit of a trade go down here. Looks like there's not really any units getting warped in for defense for either player in terms of fresh reinforcements. Looks like... what do I even call this guy? Futz. I'm just going to call him Futz. I can't believe I'm 20 minutes through the game with not really knowing his name, but that's a pretty hard name to say, I'm not going to lie. Either way, the Planetary getting taken out. It looks like this has actually been cleaned up, and there's going to be the GG called, as he knows that this army is just not good enough, and so a very well-played game there in many regards from Merlin. You know, it's obviously showing a lot of potential. I think he had some opportunities that he could have capitalized on a little bit more, but definitely a lot of potential. So make sure you guys stay tuned, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I'm sure the guys at eSports Canada are going to be open to any feedback you may have. This is, of course, the first, as far as I know, it's the first commentary done like this. So let them know, and of course, big shoutouts to everyone at eSports Canada. Feel free to contact them. They're always looking for volunteers if you want to help them out, and that's about it. Once again, guys, I'm Adabeezy. Feel free to follow me on Twitter. It's Adabeezy E.S.C, and of course, follow eSports Canada on Twitter as well for all your latest news and updates. That's all I got, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Peace out.